Greetings, Rabbi Boxed back for my Torah portion of the week, Parashat Shavua. This week, my commentary on it, I should say. This week we have Parashat Mishpatim, Exodus chapter 21, verse 1 through 24 through 18. And Mishpatim means laws. So we are continuing from last week. We began with the Ten Commandments, and now we're continuing with a bunch of laws that are required to be followed by the Israelites. And as a matter of fact, the Torah portion begins, Ve'ele hamishpatim asher tasim lifnehem. These are the rules that you shall set before them. The you here being Moses to tell the children of Israel. So we have laws of worship, laws on how to deal with slaves, laws on injuries. Um, if you have a slave, how long they shall serve with you versus when you should let them go. If the slave wants to leave after that time, here's what you need to do. And if they don't want to leave, here's what you need to do. We also have capital offenses. The idea of murder comes in. Um, Murder, of course, is not the same thing as killing, because um, the Ten Commandments say, "Thou shalt not murder." It does not say thou shalt not kill, because obviously in military there are deaths, but thou shalt not murder, which is of course a capital offense. What happens when two parties fight? And then one of the most talked about parts of the entire Torah comes in chapter 21, verse 22. When two or more parties fight and one of them pushes a pregnant woman and a miscarriage results, but no other damage ensues, the one responsible shall be fined according as the woman's husband may exact, the payment to be based on reckoning. But if other damage ensues, the penalty shall be life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burn for burn, wound for wound, bruise for bruise. And this is really important, because the idea of um, the murder shall fit the punishment shall fit the crime. Um, do we actually believe that, if you took someone's eye, that you had to give an eye? It's all about what the wealth is worth, or what the loss is worth. And so this is really important. It says, the translation here is on reckoning. The meaning of beef lilim is uncertain. Some say as the judges determine. Some suggest it means by calculating the degree of the woman's pregnancy, meaning how far along she is in the process. Um, there's also an idea of lex talionis here, law of retribution. Um, it's a principle that the law has to be um, the punishment has to fit the crime, basically, and that's really important in this week's Torah portion. We have lots more laws regarding what happens if someone gets injured by a neighbor's animal, or if someone gets injured while taking care of a neighbor's animal. Um, what happens if a fire is started? Um, but then there's, rules about the sorceress, not wronging nor oppressing a stranger, for we were strangers in the land of Egypt. As always, we hear about that. Um, you shall be holy people to me. You must not carry false rumors. So these rules are all really about how to be God's people, the people that God has chosen, um, and the people that God has chosen to be the the example, basically. And then there's a mention of the three festivals, the three pilgrimage festivals. Of course, we're talking about Matzah, Feast of Unleavened Bread, Passover, the Feast of the Harvest, and also the time of the New Year. Um, and all those three times also talk about when the first fruits need to be brought, and when males shall appear before the sovereign, before the eternal God. Um, so here we go. We all these laws, and I want to turn to the end of the portion. When Moses had ascended the mountain, the cloud covered the mountain. The presence of the Eternal abode on Mount Sinai, and the cloud hid it for 6 days. On the seventh day God called to Moses from the midst of the cloud. Now the presence of the Eternal appeared in the sight of the Israelites as a consuming fire on the top of the mountain. Moses went inside the cloud and ascended the mountain. And Moses remained on the mountain 40 days and 40 nights. And that's this week's Parsha. In a nutshell, Shabbat Shalom.